everyone, and welcome to Cup of Joe with JC. Yeah, that's right, we're back. Of course, with some Jesus Christ and with from some Father Jim Corrigan and our Cup of Joe. Hello, Father.
Hey. Hello, Tricia. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I am well. Anybody who says COVID hasn't had an effect on them is probably crazier than they know they are. But all things considered, I feel very blessed and very happy to be doing what I'm doing. How are you doing? New mother?
Yes. I guess my title has changed from youth minister with 2 kids to youth minister with 3 kids. So I'm doing good. But as you said, yeah, COVID is definitely making things interesting for this mat leave. Yeah. So I thought, hey, we should maybe talk about that.
Yeah. I think we should look back too, and just to say, Tricia, you guys did great things throughout the summer in continuing to gather on your evenings with Veritas and with your Unite group, and on your Bead Tuesday, you're praying the Rosary. COVID certainly had a grip on a lot of things, but it did not appear to have a grip on youth ministry at Our Lady of Perpetual Help. Interesting thing, I think that COVID, sometimes it can kind of almost seem like a shackle or handcuffs for people that they think, well, we just got to wait till it stops and goes away. And, we can't do that. The good news of Jesus Christ needs to be continued to be proclaimed and to be celebrated anywhere and everywhere at all times in all places. And COVID or bubonic plague or whatever you want to call it, we can't stop sharing the good news of our Lord, especially with our young people. Yeah. How are you feeling about things generally?
Yeah, no, I honestly last year when I say last year, but it's because I'm a teacher, so I think last year as in school year, just to be clear. I just was kind of curious to how this was all going to work out, but then there was a lot of positive things that happened. Like I just remember how beautiful it was to have drive-in adoration, drive-in rosary, like you said, the Bead Tuesdays, and it surprised me how much interest there was. It in a good way. Like I was just like blown away by how much desire there was in people's hearts for something more, for the Eucharist, for faith formation. And so I think that there was a lot of people who were feeling a little down about things, especially when we weren't able to go to Mass. But we were able to push through that in other ways. And maybe, they say time makes the heart grow fonder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absence makes the heart. There it is. Thank you. And I think that kind of worked the same way in our faith a little bit. And I think that the youth as well are very much longing for Christ.
I think you're right, Tricia. And in times of challenge, and you know what? COVID has been a time of challenge. I think that people are searching and they're looking for that which gives them security, that makes them feel peace. And the Lord does that. And I'm so proud of you and our young people that we continue to fly the flag throughout the COVID crisis. The church never ever really closed down. And you said the outdoor adoration, the rosary, those things also express the how we need one another we need the community to be in that relationship, or to make it more fully alive, if you will. Yeah. And even now, as we enter this fall season, Tricia, I'm convinced that we can't just wait for things to happen. We need to continue to share the good news. And I'm really pleased with a number of groups in our parish. The Bible timeline continues. We have 2 different alpha groups going on right now online, and of course we have our youth group. And our youth they're the ones, I think, they never got slowed down or stymied by COVID, and that's a beautiful thing, beautiful witness of our young people.
Yeah, I agree. We actually, during COVID, one of our Google Meets, we talked about people who inspire us. Actually, inspired by your idea, and I remember I was a very cheesy. Um, I guess, yeah, I pulled on the cheesiness a little bit, but I told them that they really did inspire me in my faith with how much they wanted to be there, and they wanted the mass, and they wanted to get together. They wanted to do all of these wonderful things. It's like, can we pray the rosary? Yeah, yeah, we could pray the rosary. And I expressed to them, I'm like, your fire for your faith has inspired me. Like, it is remarkable how, during these times where people are fighting about masks and people are fighting about police and people are fighting about all of these things, that there's still this joy and this like desire to know God. And I think that it's very easy to be blinded by everything. It's very easy to focus on COVID or to focus on kind of some of the chaos that's happening in our world right now. But to see that there are some people who are still focused on God, it's inspiring. And I can honestly say, I think some of those people are our youth. And we should be inspired by that and really refocus ourselves and know that God can actually create order out of chaos, and he can have joy out of pain and suffering, and anything is possible. And they proved that to me time and time again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm smiling as you say order out of chaos, and I think about Genesis. I think about joy out of pain and suffering. I think of Eli, the newest member of the Murphy family. You know, like, God does great things out of difficult situations, eh?
Yeah.
But I agree with you. The times I joined you in the evening, your young people, and I see those smiling young people. It gives great joy and inspiration to me too as a priest. It inspires me to see their faith, and it's a beautiful gift. That's why we need each other, I suppose, to support one another.
Yeah, absolutely. There's I think that it's been proven that there's necessity in community of faith. There's like church.
Yeah.
I actually remember being somewhere and someone's like, "Oh, I don't need to go to church. Like, what's the purpose in church?" I'm like, "Oh boy, I don't
Mm.
know where to start with that one."
Celebrated mass for 2 months in a row by myself in the sacristy every morning at 6:45, and I did not enjoy it very much. And I can tell you, even when our groups were just starting to come back, it felt so good to be celebrating the Eucharist with other like-minded people. Great gift. In community, we support one another, and we make each other stronger. It's the other thing I was thinking about that you had talked about with your young people is how, with the chaos that kind of surrounds us a little bit in the COVID time, so much there's nothing that's very consistent. You know, it's interesting that the Lord is the one constant, the one true thing that is unchanging and immutable, the creator of the heavens and the earth. And to be able to go back to that as our anchor in our faith journeys, and to know that he's got our back and that he walks with us every step of the way, it's a great source of strength for all who believe. And that's why I say I'm so tickled, so impressed, so inspired by young people from our parish and their devotion, and their steadfastness, their faithfulness in difficult times.
Yeah, very true. All right.
Hey,
Wow.
we took COVID and we hog-tied it.
That's right. Yeah, no, I feel that way, and I think it's because we sought ways. I think it's very easy to sit back and just kind of like ride it out.
Yeah.
But like you said, the other option is to hog tie it.
Wrestle it down and hog-tie it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that, considering that this might be lasting a little longer than other people have thought about, I think we still need to like wrestle it down and hog tie it and just really like take it on and dive into our faith.
Yeah.
instead of being sad, instead of being angry or being in fear. Yeah, hog tie it.
You know, hey, I see my cowboy talk has got you going there, but
Yeah. I'm like, I feel like this is going to be a new thing between us. That's why I'm laughing.
yeah, I said this recently, and it's Archbishop Sheen that said it originally, I think, but Thomas Collins, Cardinal Collins said, when we recognize that God is God and we are not, we're halfway home. But the other part of that is Bishop Sheen says, we are God's chosen people, not his frozen people. And in times like COVID, that's when we can't be frozen. We need to be people of action. We need to be people of faith and continue to be witnesses, because it's our witness that will inspire others.
Yeah.
And it's so great when young people are witnesses, eh?
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely, I find it more inspiring than anything else is when young people are witnesses. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for Cup of Joe and this conversation. Feel free to converse with us some more by sending in your questions to Tricia T. Murphy. T. Murphy at olph.ca. And we could talk about it on Cup of Joe with JC, as we will be continuing these videos.
God bless you, my friends.
God bless.